Hey guys, it's Dan, your host of your Dan's Reviews, and today I'm going to be doing my annual video. Annual video, of course, yearly. We always do this every year after the new season of The Walking Dead ends. Going into the next season, of course, for the next season for The Walking Dead. This one's going to be going into Season 10. We're going to be doing a Season 10 death predictions on who do we think is going to survive to Season 11, who do we think is going to die and not make it to The Walking Dead Season 11. So this video is going to be quite a fun video to make, because I always enjoy doing these, and this is going to be a video where, you know, it's going to be up in the air for sure, because there's a lot of character deaths that should occur this season, depending on how much they get out of the comics. But I just want to say, I will talk about comic deaths in this video. So if you don't want to know anything that happens in the Walking Dead comic book series, if you're not caught up, there is a spoiler warning for you. However, I don't really suggest leaving the video if you don't know the comic spoilers of who dies, because it's like they change things almost all the time from the comic book series version. Like in the comic book series, for example, it was Rosita and Ezekiel that were the two big deaths for the Pikes. In the TV show, you know, they had three. They had Enid, Henry, and Tara. So it's like, really, you can't predict really even just from that. So let's get started though. Of course, we only have two communities to go through, but actually we're going to cover the Whispers, so I guess that makes it three. You know, I do want to mention too, and I kind of want to get this out of the way first for the death predictions for this season. I'm not going to cover the Michonne, you know, topic, because we know she's leaving. She's going to go to the Rick movies this year. We know that's what they're going to do. So Michonne is just a no. I think she'll probably leave, and we'll see something like that. Now, in terms of the first place, I want to break down, because I just want to kind of get this out of the way. Oceanside, I don't really care about Oceanside, and I don't really care if they all die. They probably will, but maybe they won't. I don't even care. So really the answer is, if they do, okay, fine. If they don't, who cares? So, because we haven't even seen Oceanside at all, except for like one lady from Oceanside in episode 15. So, just to kind of say, hey, don't forget they're still there. So, I don't know, it's kind of weird that they haven't shown Cindy and some of the others. Like, is the actress who plays Cindy, like, busy in real life or something? Like, I don't know what's going on there, but they're not showing Oceanside at all. But frankly, it's like, who cares, really? So, let's start with Alexandria, of course. So, we have Daryl and Carol, which I do think are safe. I mean, they're safe for a long time. We also have RJ, which I think should be fine. We have Judith, which it's like, they better not, because it's like, I feel like in a few years with Judith, they could have her be like a teenager type character that we kind of follow. So definitely not Judith either. Because the actress is like, what, 10 or 11 now? So just think in a few years, like, yeah, that'd be really, really cool to still see Judith in a few seasons from now. So definitely not the death for Judith or RJ this season. Then, of course, Negan, which I don't think so either, because they're going to do you know, they're going to redeem him this season. They're already kind of trying to do that as much as they can. They're kind of starting that story, so I think Negan should be fine this year, and he probably will fight Beta this year too. So, yeah, that'll be really fun. Now, another thing I want to mention too is that Carol is at Alexandria right now currently. So, and speaking of Carol, apparently I was watching Talking Dead, and it sounds like we might actually get to see the first meet between Carol and Negan in season 10, which would be really, really cool, because they haven't actually met. They haven't even met each other, and it's like I almost kind of forgot that they didn't, but it's like no, they didn't. Carol and Negan never met. So that's cool to think. That's really crazy though. So yeah, there is that. Now, I do want to also mention, too, for Alexandria, you know, like I said, Carol, and some of the Kingdom people are blended in. I do think, in terms of, like, the red shirt characters, you know, there might be a few that I don't mention, but if I don't mention them, it's probably just because they're so much of a background character that it's like, I can't even talk about them. Like, they probably will, maybe they won't, you know, something like that. I'm really just going on basic characters here. So, in terms of Alexandria, we also have Aaron, which I don't think so either. He's kind of, and he has the comic Rick look right now, so definitely not. Then of course we have, but maybe they're doing that to trick us. So either way, but I don't think Glenn will, Glenn. I don't think Aaron will get killed this season. Well, Aaron's kind of like the Glenn right now, because he's like the kind of the good guy, you know, and that kind of stuff. So Yeah, there is that. But anyway, oh man, I just said Glenn by accident. That's, oh man, yeah. Rest in peace, Glenn, for sure. But anyway, yeah, I'm so used to saying Glenn. I don't know why. Even all these years, I'm still so used to saying, like, will Glenn die or this and that, because we were always predicting, like, will Glenn die? Because so many people really just did not think Glenn was safe until he actually died, And I mean, they tricked us a few times too. So yeah, I didn't mean to mention Glenn there, guys, but I don't know why I'm so used to saying, will Glenn die this next season or something? It's like, oh, he's not there. So anyway, we have that, of course. We have, so like I said, for Aaron, I don't think Aaron will die this year. Like I said, he looks like Rick, like the comic version of Rick. If you compare the two images together, I've seen some people do that. Yeah, they definitely look alike, and I mean, that's what they're kind of going for with the fake hand and stuff. But, and it's actually his left hand in the TV show instead of the right hand. Rick lost his right hand, Aaron lost his left hand, so they're just changing a few things, but Aaron should be fine. Now, in terms of the ones from Alexandria, that I think have a higher chance of dying. We have Sadiq, which I think is actually at a maybe right now. We have Gabriel, which I think season 10 will be Gabriel's last season, mainly because in the Whisper War, he does get killed by Beta, and I do think they will probably do the same thing, to be honest. So then, of course, we also have, but again, they could change it. Maybe Sadiq gets that death or something, I don't know. But then, of course, we also have Rosita, who's pregnant right now. I actually do think they could kill Rosita this year, too. I think these three, specifically, the love triangle right now, I think they could all die this year. And I know that might sound crazy, but I mean, I honestly don't know what they're going to do with Sadiq. I'm not really sure what they have planned for him. Same thing with Gabriel, and honestly, same thing for Rosita. I don't know where their story's going, so they might actually just kill them all off this season. It's entirely possible, for sure. So I'm going to put them all at a maybe right now. Eugene is definitely a no. I think he'll probably be communicating with Stephanie this year, so definitely not. Then, of course, we also have, Scott. We have a few other characters from the Alexandria Safe Zone. We have, like I said, Michonne, but she's probably going to be leaving. So, we shouldn't see anything from her this season in terms of her dying or anything like that. So, Michonne is a no, but she will probably leave this season. So, I might be forgetting a few people like Scott. Yeah, Scott as well. But, I think that's pretty much good for Alexandria. Let's move on to Hilltop, right? So, we have Ezekiel, which I actually... Oh man, it's like I don't want to see them kill too many characters, but it's like I don't know what they're gonna do with Ezekiel this season. I really don't. He survived his comic death, which it's like all of us were surprised about that. No offense to him, but all of us were surprised that Ezekiel survived his comic moment. So I actually think they could kill Ezekiel off this season. And I don't think it would be out of place. I actually think it is possible we could see something like this happen with Ezekiel this season. So I'm going to put Ezekiel as a maybe right now. Then we have Jerry, which is a no. Like, they can't kill Jerry. I just don't see them killing Jerry, like, at all. Maybe in, like, a few years if they want to do that. But Jerry's such an awesome character, and they can't. They can't do that. It's just, I don't feel like it's the right move. And fans would be really mad about that too. So, anyway, yeah, there is that. Now, in terms of some of the others from the Kingdom, I think the rest are probably good. Maybe red shirts or anything like that. Now, in terms of the actual Hilltop characters, we have, instead of King, now we're going to go to Top. So, we have, of course, Enid, who was killed. Now, we also have, Alden, which I do think will survive. And then we also have Magnus Group as well, that is also at Hilltop at the moment, I do believe. Now, in terms of Magnus Group, I think they probably should survive this season, but they might want to kill one of them just to kind of say, hey, just because they're new doesn't mean we can't kill one of them off. I was kind of surprised that they didn't kill one of Magna's people off on the Pike scene. So, actually, I'm going to say, I think they're going to kill one. And I think it might either be... I don't think Magna or Yumiko will die. I don't think Connie will either, because Connie's kind of like... her and Daryl kind of, they might have something going on there. So, I don't know. I tend to think that they might do a Luke. Maybe Luke will be killed this season. The music teacher, maybe they'll do that. There's also Kelly, too, which she hasn't gotten much time, so maybe they'll kill off Kelly this season. I don't know. Something like that, I think. But definitely not Connie, definitely not Magna, and definitely not Yumiko. But, Kelly and Luke, those are the two that I think are at a maybe right now. With maybe actually Luke as a yes. Like, I could see them doing it this season. Yeah, definitely. So, We also have the 2 guards, of course, for Hilltop. We have Eduardo, and we have Cal, right? That's his name. So we have the 2 of them. We haven't even seen Eduardo since the time skip, I don't think, so they're like barely in it. Now, another character we do have to mention, because we do know, obviously, that there is possibility that she could make her return this season, is Maggie. And I mean, if Maggie returns, they're not going to kill her off. So, I mean, unless it's too tough for Lauren Cohan and she just comes back for her death scene or something, I don't know. But I tend to think that Maggie probably will return. I think she will. It might not be the beginning of the season. Maybe it'll be like later on in season 10 or maybe 11 or something. But whenever Maggie does return, I think she'll be around for a bit. So I don't think, if Maggie's involved in season 10 in any capacity, I think Maggie should be fine. In terms of Earl, too, he's another character from Hilltop. I actually do think they will kill Earl, because it's like, what are they going to do with Earl without Tammy? Maybe, well, actually, he could take care of the baby, maybe. But I don't know. Really, when it comes to Earl, I'm not really sure. And some of these other background characters, too, it's like, yes, no, really. So, in terms of any others, I mean, any other characters are either going to movies, like Rick and Michonne, or, you know, on Fear right now, like Morgan and Dwight, and it's like, honestly, that's basically the cast. Here's the poster right here of the cast. From the show. Oh my god, I totally forgot. Alpha and the Whispers. And actually, I think the reason why I forgot to mention it is because I don't think Alpha and the Whispers are going to survive into Season 11. I think they will all die in Season 10 at some point. All probably separately, because it's like, I don't see Alpha surviving or the Whispers or just that storyline going on into Season 11. Because then they're going to run into the problem that they did with the Saviors, where it goes on too long, you know? So that, for all the Saviors, they learned their lesson, and I think for the Whispers this season, I honestly think the Whispers will all die this season. Even Ryan Hurst as Beta, I do even think he will die. So, yeah, just my opinion though. So here's the poster right here for all the characters. I'm just kind of trying to make sure I didn't miss anybody. Oh my God, Lydia too for the Whispers. I think she probably will survive, but maybe I'm gonna put her as a maybe though, because it's like, without Henry, it's like, what do you do with Lydia, right? So that's the question right now. But I'm just looking at the poster right here for the Walking Dead characters. This poster here is really good for for videos and stuff, because this is like the cast right now we have for Walking Dead. And yes, this is like a season 9 poster I just put here. So yeah, really cool stuff, guys. This should be an amazing season of The Walking Dead. We're gonna have to see how many characters they kill off, but those are some of the ones right there. Luke as the music teacher, maybe Kelly from Magna's group, Rosita, Gabriel, Sadiq, probably at least two out of 3 of them, I think, maybe, or something like that. And then we'll have, like, one of them survive on or something. Like, I don't know. And then probably randoms as well. And then the rest are, like it depends, And the Whispers, I think they'll all eventually be killed in this season. So, I mean, this season's going to be amazing. There's my annual death predictions video for Season 10 of The Walking Dead. We'll have to see if Maggie returns. We'll have to see what they do with Michonne. If she goes to the movies, probably. But, I mean, even Georgie could return with Maggie, too. That's possible. So, but, I mean, if Georgie and Maggie return and all them guys return, they'll probably, survive the season if they're going to be returning in Season 10, So, anyway, that's my thoughts on it. So, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Write your comments. Who do you think is going to die? Write that down in the comment section below. So, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow for a Merle Dixon character spotlight. That's going to be some fun. Later, guys. Peace.